we are going to make an Haoommm intro right now. I heard there was a radio show that was really a podcast. We've been waiting patiently for the ratings skyrocket. See, radio show, but it's a podcast. Oh yes, but it's a podcast. Yes. But it's a podcast. Haoommm Radio, but it's a podcast. At Nate the producer, I am Davion. Good night.
Haoommm Radio. Haoommm Radio. But it's a podcast show.
Welcome to the Haoommm Show, brought to you by Compton Mania, and your host tonight, Showtime Watkins.
Haoommm! Oh yeah, baby! Tito's. And actually, it's some lemonade. I can't even think about it. It's Calypso. We're not getting paid for them, so fuck both of them. Ladies and gentlemen, we at Haoommm! Think about something real quick. Words, they're powerful. Duality. Sometimes they change through time. Take, for instance, the word motherfucker. Motherfucker. Anybody can be a motherfucker. You can be a motherfucker. I can be a motherfucker. That's a motherfucker. Motherfucker. But the origin of the term started somewhere in slavery time, where they would take blacks, they would blindfold them, put them in a shed, and they actually could be fucking their mothers. It's pretty sick, right? Ew. Gross. However, what we did as a people, we said, fuck that. You have to be the motherfucking man or the motherfucking woman. What does that mean to us in these day and age? Nothing can stop us. Nothing. Nothing. So do I have any jokes? No, but I'm drinking Tito's. Ladies and gentlemen, boy, welcome to Haoommm. We have a great show for you today. You actually learned something today. And today's guest is a special guest. Very special guest. Her name is Tia Michelle. Yeah. She also goes by Tia Determined. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the baddest woman in the game, Tia Michelle, or Determined, whatever the hell she want to be called. Yes, sir. Haoommm.
What's up, motherfucker?
I didn't know what the hell we was gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you should rehearse the handshake. Freaking Tia Determined. First of all, let's tell the world a little bit about you. Tia Michelle, beautiful name.
Thank you.
How did you get, are you from the South? You got 2 first names. Like, what is your last name?
Tia Michelle Catherine Jackson. I have 4 names.
4 fucking first names, nigga. I got 5 of them, though.
What?
Okay, they're not all first names, but it's Deshaun, Marquette, Gennaro, Watkins Jr. I was so pissed. I learned about the Gennaro when I was 18 when I got my license. I'm like, Mom, they made a mistake. She's like, oh, I didn't tell you. You have 2 middle names. What, nigga? 2 middle names? Unacceptable.
See?
I'm sorry. I'm such a narcissist. I just made everything about me.
That's okay. I do it all the time.
So you're a narcissist too?
I mean, everybody has tendencies. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say I'm a full-blown narcissist, but yeah.
So I seen you came out of here with no drink.
Where the hell is my drink?
Ladies
I
and
had
gentlemen,
a drink.
She had a drink, but she left it. But
Thank you for reminding me.
you're welcome, because it's not right for only one person to drink.
It's not. You're right. You're rude. This is so rude. Like I'm being rude because I don't have the drink.
Yeah, I was about to say, because ladies and gentlemen, we poured her drink first.
That's right. You did.
Now, Tia, first of all, I want to thank you for being here at Haoommm. Can you give me a Haoommm?
How?
That's the pretty Haoommm. We don't want that.
Thank you.
And you know it's her
It'll
drink
get
that got the
better.
lipstick on it. But it will get better. So it better get better. So here's the thing, like, so tell the people, what are you really passionate about? What is your thing?
Gosh, my thing. So many things. I'm a real estate agent, as you know. Yes, I'm a real estate agent, property manager. Right now, what's a big priority for me is my partner. She and I are starting a collective just about like Black Realtors Matter.
Ooh.
And it's not even just
BRM though.
Yeah, it's not even realtors. I mean, I feel like insurance agents, attorneys, financial advisors. I mean, right? There's so much more to the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I mean, I discovered that, I started off in luxury, right? So not a whole lot of real estate agents look like me when it comes to, the $12, $17 million homes. So while I was a showing agent and sitting those homes, the buyers and the people coming in, there were some celebrities, many times Black celebrities, they weren't walking in with Black agents. They weren't walking in with minority agents. They have a whole entourage of people and, nobody's Black, except for them. And so for me, it's like, I don't feel like you can preach about Black Lives Matter, but you're not working with anybody Black. Like, you're not choosing Black people to help you do business, right? To help further and get ahead. I think it starts with us first as a community. We have to want to support each other. We have to want to work together. I don't know how many times you've probably heard of Black people not wanting to work with other Black people. I mean, I feel like we're the only race that feels that way. And it's so detrimental and harmful to us as entrepreneurs and as business people. And even my own friends and people that I follow and know in real life, or who have achieved a certain amount of success, right? It's time for them to buy a home. They're taking a picture in front of their home. None of them have black agents. None of them, and I guarantee you, heading into your mid 30s and 40s, if you're not there already, you're going to know a black real estate agent or two. So for me, it's like you're not going to post these fists and Blackout Wednesday and then turn around and not do business with your own people.
That's true.
Right now, that's one of the things that I'm working on. One of the many irons in the fire.
That's dope. That's super dope. Like that's like legendary status. Like when you start thinking about a need or something that needs and you go in and you fill that niche. Like that's really dope. And then you also said property management.
Oh, yes.
So earlier we had this prelude conversation before this, taking you guys behind the lens. But some people will have rent of $15 and what?
Oh yes,
Tell them how crazy that was. Drink some, guys, to this.
It's just it's tough. I said it. It was all in fun and jokes and things like that. But just really, when I first started in property management, it was residential. It was low income tax credit, so most people, their rent was subsidized. Paid by the government, and so.
Do you have to stay in that property as well?
No.
Okay.
Well, sometimes yes. I didn't because I was new. I was an assistant. So, but my manager, she stayed. She lived there, which is a whole nother set of worms when you actually live on site. Yeah. So she did that, and I luckily got to go home and leave at the end of the day. Where she didn't have that luxury. So it's just, it gave me a different perspective. I didn't grow up in the system. I had only heard about it. I didn't grow up with food stamps and subsidies and things like that.
So tell us, what's some of the crazy shit?
Well.
One moment, please. Loading. Which one should I bring up?
It's just, it's so funny because it's like, I don't want to be one of those people who just swears that my job was just so hard. You know what I mean? Every job is like, it's hard. Like going to work every day, you're going to have your struggles, you're going to have your obstacles. But, in this particular instant, I was just like a CPS. I was the police. I was the community manager. I was the therapist. I was so many things to this community of people. And I got so much more out of it than I thought I would going into it, because I still kind of had the entertainment bug. I was like in PR and I was home. This was just a grad school job. I didn't think this is where I was gonna want to be ever again. This was just, I need a job while I'm in school, so whatever. But it ended up just changing me for the better and making me look at the system in a different way, and how does this really benefit us as a people, and does it really work for us or against us? You have income limits, right? You can't make over a certain amount. If you're a penny over the amount, you can't rent here.
Oh, wow.
There are people living in their cars begging me for an apartment. And if they had two jobs, maybe they're $15 over the income limit. They can't rent. And it's like, they're crying in my office, like, please, what do you do, right? It's like, it tugs at your heartstrings. It tugs at your moral compass. So, And
in actuality, do they look at you as the person that's blocking them, even though you're the person that's just doing a job, not necessarily making those choices? So you're the face of the fuck-ups.
Yes and no. I think for me, listen, I'm not a person who kind of just is a robot at work, if that makes any sense. I think some people take their jobs so seriously, where this is just in black and white and this is how it is, no emotion, no nothing. And at the end of the day, yes, I have a job to do, but I think it's important that you educate people, because you don't know what you don't know. I say it all the time. Like, you don't know why this is the way it is or where this is really coming from. So I think that I did a pretty good job of explaining things enough to where, my hands are tied. This is a this is just the law. Like, this is not me. This is the law. This is your government at work, on your behalf, and these tax-paying dollars. This is how it's being spent. And here we are. It's not up to me. If it were up to me, things would be very different. But it's, so again, that was, it's not a job that's for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that.
Right. And just to give people a little bit more about TIA. TIA also is part of a nonprofit organization. So am I. With CST, Children Striving Together. So you go from, you still do real estate, you still do property management, and you also are on the board of CST. And that's where TIA Determined come from. Like, you have accomplished a lot of things, right?
Well, I hope so at this point. I'm trying. I'm trying. CST is, so amazing. I mean, it's just, we have a small, mighty team, and we're doing what we can. And I think if you can change and affect one life, I think you're doing your job. It's not so much that we're at the local level, but I feel like what the moves we're making are so impactful.
Absolutely.
And that's important, and that's what people don't really understand. It's like we're not trying to be this like famous celebrity. I don't want to drop names, but followers are important, but I think what's more important is the actual legwork and getting in on the level and working with the community.
And let me ask you this question, like, what's next for Tia Michelle, or Tia, aka Tia Determined? What is next? What are you determined about? What's next?
Oh gosh, what am I determined about?
I love this drink, by the way. This is my pop special. He loves this.
No, it's not.
I swear to
really?
God, he loves Tito's. I actually got him some for his birthday. That's why when you was like Tito's, I'm like, I know exactly what liquor store to go get that from.
I've never heard of Calypso, but I will say, like, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Like,
See, she hates sugar. Sugar is the devil for her. For me, sugar is like porn for me, boy.
He promised me 1 week no sugar, so you keep an eye on him. He said it. He said he's going to do it. 7 whole days, no sugar. So
7 days? Well,
a week?
5.
How long is a week? A week is 7 days.
It could be 5.
No, that's not how long a week is.
7 days. Okay, 7 days no sugar. So that means today I'm finna eat the whole bucket of licorice. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, you can
Maybe
start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
No,
fine.
I'm just playing.
I'll allow it.
So I'll allow it, like Judge Mills Lane. So that's dope. So I like your boots. What is this made from?
Alligator.
Ooh, for real?
Yes.
That's from a real alligator?
I'm not with PETA.
What about Whisper?
Oh, what is Whisper?
That's the World Society of the Protection of Animals. She got a whole damn alligator on her leg. Huh?
What the hell? I've never heard of Whisper.
Yo, are you serious? That's crazy. Wow.
No, this is not alligator.
Oh,
this
it's not?
Is not alligator.
And it don't even look like alligator, and I'm believing it. This is like
you ever
snake
seen an alligator
material.
this color? Oh, it is snake. Oh, I should have said snake.
Oh yeah, snake actually shed skin, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. So let's go to before I ask her these questions, let's show them what DNL is all about, ladies and gentlemen. I like the way how DNL have his face on every one of the damn characters in the commercial. Like, only this guy. But now we're back. Haoommm! It's got better.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's got better. So now, being this successful woman with all these things going for yourself, how's the dating going for you?
My dating life is pretty pathetic, actually. It's really dating in LA, like I always tell myself, like one day I'm gonna write a book about all of my dating horror stories from just being in LA. Like
Tell
I
me
have
one.
so many. Oh my god. So I actually okay.
I'll tell you one of mine too after you.
Really?
Yeah.
So so this one actually I was not in LA. So I went on it. This was in the Bay Area.
Ooh, Bay Area.
This was in the Bay Area. So I
Like
went on
that.
a date with a guy. He was a white guy, and it was kind of like, it was a little new for me. But I was, why not?
Yeah,
why not? So we met at this Mexican restaurant in the middle of nowhere. I can't really tell you why he was so adamant about this restaurant, but it was more like a cafeteria than a restaurant. So I show up and, we sit down and he's very intense.
What do you mean by intense?
He's so intense, like I feel like the first 15 minutes we didn't even speak. Like he was just staring at me like how you're staring at me, and I was just staring at him. And he didn't say anything, and I'm just like, so yeah, just like that. So what do you do for a living, right? So he was a PE teacher. Okay.
Maybe he was nervous.
He could have been nervous.
He's like, oh shit, don't take your eyes off of her. She's gonna take your place. You know what I do? Like I have this thing. Like when I'm looking at a woman, I clearly focus on her eyes.
Even if she's not saying anything.
Well, the reason why I don't want her to even think that I'm looking or trying to objectify.
I see.
So it's just like for me, I'm just like, You know what I mean? Like even though the eyes is like,
just Haoommm your way through dating, huh? It's everything's Haoommm.
Haoommm.
Everything. Okay.
Pressure. Oh my God, pressure.
Oh no. So he starts to tell me about the kids, and so they're annoying.
His kids?
Yeah.
Don't nobody really like kids unless you like part of a nonprofit organization. Then you like kids. Other than that, you like it. Okay.
But it's a PE teacher. Like you would think a PE teacher would like kids.
They can't. No. We used to give somebody. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Like the disturbing part about it was he says to me, "Yeah, when nobody's looking, I kick them down."
That was his joke.
No.
It failed though.
It wasn't. He was like, I'll just kind of like push them over. They're little kids, and he was just like, yeah, just kind of push them around, push them down. It wasn't funny to me because I don't believe that an adult should be pushing kids down when nobody's looking. I think that's very weird. And
second thought,
he didn't laugh. So
that stare probably wasn't because he was nervous. Probably was a sociopath.
he could. So then he asks me if I have to use the bathroom.
What the fuck?
And I said, no, I don't. And he was like, are you sure? Are you sure? He just kept pushing me to want to use the restroom. And so I said, no. So after about 5 minutes or so, I guess he gets frustrated that I'm not going to the bathroom. And he gets up and he says, I'm going to go to the bathroom then. And I said, okay. So he gets up. So I look to where he's going. It's pitch black. Like the hallway he's walking down, just darkness, right? So he walks into the darkness. So I'm just sitting there and I feel like someone's looking at me, like I'm eating my food, and I look up and he goes like this. Like he's watching me from behind the wall. And so I start to get creeped out, right? Because I'm like, Jesus, if I would have went to the bathroom in that dark hallway, what, is he going to follow me? Like, why are you asking me? I'll tell you when I have to go to the, So anyway. So, and I'm not trying to say like white guys are serial killers. Like, I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to say this.
Wait, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Public service announcement. If a guy is trying to force you to the restroom and he's looking at you in the dark spot, he's about to kill your ass. Get up out of there. Continue.
I'm sorry, but it's like, I don't know. So the date was over. When he got there,
thank God, or your life would have been over.
I don't know. I made up an excuse. I didn't even eat. I couldn't even eat my food. I just left.
I gave up. It was. I had an excuse one time. I met a girl online.
Yes.
When I seen, the pictures was bomb. When I went to go see her, she was like
heavier,
burnt up in a lot of different places. And no disrespect, but I was just like, my grandma, I gotta go take, I'll be right back. And I never came back. I'm sorry. You gotta keep it real. This catfish shit is out of control. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, it happens. I'm not even, listen, you cannot post pictures from a punk's back when you used to look good. Like, I need a real-time photo.
Right.
So.
And I'm not like shallow like that, but I was disturbed.
Listen, I can't say that I posted a pic from 2010, I might have,
Ain't nobody even talking about her.
2006, like I might have a throwback on there, but I look relatively the same.
Okay.
Tia,
come on.
Slight difference.
Come on, really? Anyway, we don't even need to go there. But let me ask you this question, though.
Okay.
So, like with that, right? With the whole dating thing or whatever, like, has there ever been like good dates that you've had?
Gosh, it's so much easier thinking of the bad. The good dates. When was the last time I had a good date? Yes. I've had some good dates.
What constitute a good date?
Oh, wow. I mean, for me personally, I like a man that's just a man, like takes charge. Don't just text me WYD. That's the kiss of death. I will never respond. Call me. Pick up the phone. Make a reservation. Do what a grown man would do. You make a reservation. Ask me if I have any food allergies. Ooh. That's like 10 points right there.
I ain't never asked that question.
See, that's
before.
that's
you
like
want some
25
McDonald's
points.
or Taco Bell? Which one? I got about $10. I didn't know about a real, like, I got to give, like, my ex a while back, like in 2011. I thought, to me, I'm like really from Compton, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way because a lot of people are way more advanced than me, but I'm a nigga. Like, I really, like, a date to me was like, let's go to McDonald's. Like, for real, like, and then she showed me, like, a lot of these expensive spots, and, that's just not my thing, like, planning, like,
It doesn't have to be expensive, or, you could think outside of the box. I've had, like, picnic dates in the park, and,
dope.
Even, like, a drive-in, like, super cute. You just bring, like, a basket of food. I mean, there's so many things. I don't eat McDonald's, but, I mean, if I did, I guess that would be pretty cool.
One of the best dates I've had was like we go in the car, we eat our little McDonald's and we smash in the car, and it's great.
Okay.
I'm so simple. Like no, but I'm just saying like
I did.
No, but I'm not even trying to like not even like that.
I did have a Costco date.
That's the pizza.
We went in and got the free samples.
Aha! Like aha.
Yeah, that was pretty fun, actually.
See,
that was actually really cool.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't mind spending money if I got it, but a lot of times, like I've always been a dude that came from little to nothing, like so it's always been like put it together. Even with my clothes, like a lot of that stuff was hand me down, so it was just like I got to make it work with what it got. So I never and then. My relationship for women was a little different because my grandma raised me to be a gentleman. But my biggest heartbreak was from a woman. And it started off with my mom. And I don't want to get into that. But I love my mom now. What's up, my mom? But like, so I've always had this, like, I'm not finna spend that much money for what? Like, I'm not finna. I want somebody, because I went through my rise, and when I was doing my thing, you have women that like you because you're funny, or they like you because, oh, he has a bright future. But I'm really a nerd. I'm really like I'd be cool with staying at home, creating material, coming here, doing this, and going back, and spending time like talking like my process, my mental, all that stuff like that. So, like I can have fun anywhere and be good. Like I don't have to pay like a lot of money for that.
Right.
But,
No. I mean, I think too, one of my things I really truly feel you can't ever possibly really know a person, right? I mean, they're like with you, I'm still getting to know you, but there's so many different layers to you, right? It's not just entertainment, right? You're like right now, you're like I'm a nerd and I do this and I do that. I mean, there's so many layers to you as a person, and I think that then you hear the stories all the time. These people who are married to axe murderers for 57 years. They got women in the basement and they had no idea. Like you see the documentaries on Lifetime all the time. Yeah. You don't know, who people, really what they're capable of, who they really are. So I think, when you're young, you kind of just try to like mold and change a man or change a woman. And I wanted to do that too. I think that when you get older, you just got to let people be who they are and accept them as who and what they are. And for me, I can't say that in 2 years I'm going to be like this. I might be a whole different person.
I totally agree.
This is how I feel now,
right.
But I might feel differently next year. I'm always growing and evolving and changing, and you got to be with someone who understands that and recognizes that. And,
absolutely.
And so I hear you.
And now, speaking about those things, like, let's talk about, what do you like about Compton Mania? What is it about Compton Mania?
Gosh. I love the name, for starters.
Swaggy.
I'm big on one little tidbit about me. Like, I'm so weird, but like I love creating titles for things and names for things. Like people will hit me up all the time. Like, I have this idea. What should I call it? And for me, I swear to you, if that could be a job, if I could just, even like movie titles, like that's dope as hell. I just can create movie titles all day. Like that's amazing. I watch movies like. Somebody in the world does that. If you do that, holler at me.
Yes.
I'm trying to be an intern.
And on top of that.
That's amazing. That's the most amazing job.
Yes. And on top of that, that's the key to why you have to get into what you love and what you're uniquely good at, because that's a niche. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
and Compton Mania, gosh, it's just an example of like real people doing the work, right? I mean, that's a testament to you and your work ethic and what you're creating.
My boy
Cam, and what you guys are creating and doing. And I don't even want to say it's such a like at the local level, right? For Compton, right? It's bigger than that. Like when we talk, I mean, it's bigger than that. Like your dreams and your goals and what you're creating and the avenues that you're paving the way for young people to be able to do and cultivate and create is just exciting to me, and I tell people all the time, I'm not someone coming in, I'm not an LA girl, right? Like, and I'm not pretending to be. I'm from the Bay Area. That's my home.
Did you hear I'm from the Bay Area?
Yeah,
don't get it twisted.
No, because I feel like like LA people are very prideful, and they tend to kind of like, if you're from LA, it's like an unspoken thing, right? That you have. So for me, I'm not coming in trying to act like I'm from here. I'm not, but what I want to do is help the community. Like, I live here too. Like, my community is your community. Like, even though I didn't grow up here, it's kind of, why can't I work with you side by side to create something amazing? Right. So, I mean, at the end of the day, so for me, I want to I have to say that because I think there's a misconception, like, she's not from LA. Like, I'm not. I'll be the first one to tell you. But I love it here. This is my home, and I'm here to make an impact just like anybody else.
I think that's more of a woman thing. I don't think I don't think guys. I don't think guys pretty much like whether you're from LA, New York, whatever. You cool. I think women is more so like she ain't from LA, dog. She ain't over there on Watts. She don't know Compton, like.
Nah, because when LA dudes would come to the Bay, they stick out. When an LA dude is in the Bay, like, oh my gosh. Yes. Trying to bang on people? Come on.
Yeah.
Nah, the Bay, nah.
And I also want to say thank you, too, for saying that stuff about Compton Mania. We appreciate you, too. And, like, the same invitation, I want to ask you this because, would you like to come on back and interview some wrestlers?
That would be awesome.
Dope. We're going to actually probably put her in the ring. You think she can hang?
Oh, I can hang. Oh, yeah, okay. I can hang. Yeah. Yeah, do that. Let's do that.
Okay, so bet. So why don't you tell people where they can follow you, where they can find you, and all that good stuff?
So on Twitter, it is Tia Determines. And if you are interested in buying or selling real estate, I am Buy and Sell with Tia Michelle on Instagram and buyandsellwithtiamichelle.com.
Haoommm Radio. Haoommm Radio. But it's a podcast show.